quick recap for those that may not have been following the latest on Lightning. The year is 2008, and a pseudonymous individual going by the name of
Morbius.
Satoshi Nakamoto releases a white paper to the world to little to no fanfare. Basically nobody cared. And by the way, the 10th anniversary of this paper is coming up on October 31st of this year, which I'm super excited about. I think we're gonna have some great Halloween parties, right? So the first response, a few days later, no one really notices, this wasn't a huge deal, things have changed a lot, was basically, the system sounds great, but I don't think it scales to the required size. Basically, cool story, bro, but does not scale. So this is recognized very early on. It turns out, when you have a global decentralized consensus system, there are scalability issues. Fast forward to 2015, a paper is released that I helped edit by community members of the Bitcoin world about the Lightning Network. Effectively, a series of smart contracts operating on top of Bitcoin that is a layer 2 protocol, enabling local consensus. So, good old Alice and Bob, we love them. For those that don't know, you have Alice, you have Bob. They enter into an intuitive multi-sig contract on the blockchain to get onto Lightning. They each put in a given amount of money. Alice may put in $10, Bob may put in $10, and they update the state between them. They're signing digital signatures. These are real Bitcoin transactions. By the way, there is no Lightning ICO. I know. We actually control ICO called Lightning Sparks. Yeah, it's going to be worth $21 billion coming to an ERC20 token near you. But no, actually, Lightning uses, when it's running on Bitcoin, real Bitcoin transactions. It's running on top of the existing blockchain. Okay, so Alice and Bob update the state between each other. Maybe, Alice is 5, Bob is 15, Alice is 10 again, Bob has 10, so on and so forth, 11, 9, etc. Every time they update the state, they sign off on a new state and they revoke the previous state. We'll see why this matters in a second. So they keep signing, and then if Alice and Bob want to cooperatively close this channel, this is a payment channel here, on the blockchain, they can do so. Their software talks to each other in a cooperative close in 10 minutes. We have one confirmation, you might want to wait a few depending upon the amount. On-chain, your funds get back. Okay. So maybe Alice and Bob only see each other once in a blue moon, right? So now here you have Alice, Bob, Carol, Dave, and Aaron. Alice wants to pay Aaron, and this is really the beauty of the Lightning Network. Some people get confused, they think, oh, maybe only Alice and Bob can pay each other. No, that's not how this technology works. So if Alice wants to pay Aaron, she can actually route through multi-hop using hash time-lock contracts between these participants. And the really cool thing about Lightning is the way that the forwarding works is the intermediate nodes can only receive the funds if and only if they've already forwarded it onwards. So this either atomically gets to Aaron, in which case it completes, or it goes back to sender. In the vast majority of cases, it'll instantly transact to Aaron. So here we have multi-hop, and by the way, in the current implementation, we also have something called onion routing, which is really cool, which means that the intermediate nodes don't know which hop they are, and they only know who's before and after, but nobody else on the path, which is really cool. So with Lightning, we have payments as packets, and one of the key points here is that we're eliminating counterparty risk. Because of the contract system in Lightning, you don't have to trust your Alice, Bob, and vice versa. So what happens, let's say Alice is really sick of Bitcoin Twitter, and she's had enough. She's been attacked by XRP trolls or something. So she's like, I'm going to a desert island, I can't deal with this anymore. What happens to Bob? Bob can actually broadcast his transaction to the chain, and he waits a given amount of time, and the good news is Bob, after waiting for this timeout period, gets his money back. Alice gets her money back when she comes back online. Everyone's made whole. Great. Okay. But what if Bob's trying to be sneaky? Bob actually knows that Alice is on this desert island, and he wants to try to steal her money, so he broadcasts an old state. You can't make up a state that didn't exist, but you can broadcast a previous state if, the software deletes it, but maybe Bob modified his software. So Bob is sneaky, he tries to broadcast an outdated state, he goes online. If Alice is offline, the good news is we have technology called watchtowers that monitors for people trying to cheat. And then not only does Alice get her money back, but Alice gets all of Bob's money. And this is enforced on the blockchain via these pre-signed contracts. So there's this built-in game theoretic incentive mechanism for Bob not to cheat, because if he tries, he's going to lose all of his money. And this is part of the beauty of this technology called Lightning. So here we're removing the trust of financial intermediary, because as you've seen, you don't have to trust, Alice doesn't have to trust Bob and vice versa, and this is all enforced by the blockchain. So the blockchain functions as this judge. It's a dispute resolution mechanism. So if you think about Lightning transactions as signing contracts, you might sign a lease, you might sign a contract for a job. Not all contracts go to court. In the same way, the vast majority of Lightning transactions will not go to the chain, but if they do, the blockchain functions as a global decentralized judge. It cannot be bribed. It's not like a court where there's a human that has to make a decision. Because these contracts are pre-signed, we know exactly what's going to happen, and it will be enforced. Now, mind you, this is also dependent upon the security of the underlying chain. As we know, Bitcoin is by far the most secure blockchain with the most hash power, I think, that as well. So, we talked about Lightning on Bitcoin. It turns out Lightning can also work on other chains. In May of 2017, we actually announced LND support for Litecoin as well as Bitcoin. Litecoin is quite similar, so luckily it was easy. Litecoin had also activated segregated witness, which was required for Lightning to work. And here we have the concept of a Lightning cross-chain atomic swap, where Alice and Bob can transact. Alice may have Bitcoin, Bob may have Litecoin. There's an intermediary node that might be a market maker that's setting an exchange rate between the two of them. And they can actually use a hash time lock contract on Lightning to transact between these currencies, Bitcoin and Litecoin. In November of last year, we announced the first ever Lightning cross-chain atomic swap. I know last year I showed you guys a video of this. So this is exciting stuff that's in progress as well. Okay, so that's the recap for those that may have been under a rock for the past year. So of course, as is the case in the Bitcoin community, all of this technology is open source. So at Lightning Labs, we've developed an implementation called LND, the Lightning Network Daemon. Here, we've recently got over 3,000 GitHub stars, so that was exciting. And for those that have not checked it out yet, I highly recommend you do so. So, this past year has really been a wild ride. And in January 2017, we announced the alpha of LND, and that was tested only, and we had this amazing community of people that were building applications and testing and whatnot, but people kept asking, when mainnet, when mainnet? So on March 15th of this past year, we announced LND, the first beta out there. Of course, there are other implementations, which we'll get to, for the Lightning Network, and this is a huge deal. We basically didn't sleep for a week on our team, and basically we put this out to the world, which is super exciting. So this is a huge milestone in the past year. And the amount of progress that we've seen since then has really just been mind-blowing. Last week, we announced, so that was 0.4 in March, we announced 0.5 beta, which was the next major release after 0.4. And some of the good things that this included was a neutrino-like client improvement, getting our way to mobile phone support, better privacy support, including more Tor support, stability, reliability improvements, better pathfinding, and all sorts of exciting improvements. For those of you that are running LND, please upgrade if you have not already. So interoperability is a really big thing within our community, and there are multiple implementations. For example, there's Blockstream C Lightning. Async, folks over in France, have the Eclair, means lightning in French. Matt, wherever Matt Crowler is working on Rust Lightning, although I believe he's not done yet. We have a few implementations out of folks coming from Japan. And we've all been working together on a common specification because it's not Lightning networks. There is one Lightning network, it's like the internet. So our goal is for everything to be interoperable. Here is the bold specification that the community has collaboratively been working on. And then in December of last year, we announced that the interoperability test between the three major implementations had been complete, and that we were sending mainnet transactions between the implementations, and they were all working. So we created one interoperable Lightning network, which I know a lot of folks are really excited about and passionate about. So that was a big deal. Now, of course, developers and getting people involved in this community is hugely important, as is building applications and ones that are usable. So we at Lightning Labs, again, just last week, we had a lot going on then, released the new version of our Lightning desktop app. this really cool purple design by Lee Gordon, our designer. And our goal was to make it simple for people to use and interact with Lightning. So if you have not checked it out, definitely download this. It's in testing mode. It's currently in testnet version, but we'll be shipping from mainnet soon. That's dependent upon Neutrino. And here, our lead app developer, Tancred. Let's see if we can get this video. Do I have to press something? Please work. No? All right. So Tancred is from Germany, and he's our lead app dev. And the German equivalent of coffee is, is it gonna work? Okay, no worries. Basically, he used our new desktop app to buy a beer online, a fake beer. But he was kind of, he felt like the whole coffee thing was fun, but beer would be even better. And it's Oktoberfest in Germany this week, so it's all right. We'll move on. Can we get to the next slide? Okay, cool. So one of the big aspects of this release is Neutrino had achieved a big milestone. So for those that do not know, Neutrino is the light client implementation that we at Lightning Labs, together with some folks, including Jim Posen from Coinbase, have designed and developed. And I know some people here, including Blue Matt, have been involved in the process as well, including BIP 157 and 158. And one of the big benefits of this new light client mode is it's substantially more private, does not leak various user data and transaction information. So this is a very big deal. And then, people are asking, this is a desktop app, they're saying, when mobile? And of course, we're working toward mobile. One of the very important aspects for mobile phone support, not only Neutrino, because you don't want to run a full node on your phone, you're not going to download the entire chain on your phone. We also have watchtowers, which are hugely important because your phone may be offline, for a week or two, maybe you're traveling again on a desert island, and we want to ensure that watchtowers are present that are monitoring for people cheating on the network, kind of like when Bob was trying to cheat. So one thing we've seen evolve over the past year, which has been really exciting, is, people in the Bitcoin community love to talk about buying coffee. Well, we have a platform now for merchants with Lightning for instant high-volume transactions, where people can buy all sorts of things. So for example, I know BitRefill. Is BitRefill over here? Yeah. So, March 15th, we didn't tell anybody actually. I mean, we told 2 or 3 developers the day before, but we actually didn't even know when the beta was going to be ready because it's software development and you kind of never know when something's actually going to be ready. So within 1 or 2 hours, and they'll tell you they didn't know, they had their mainnet support up as well when we released the LND beta, so this was really cool. And people were buying real things with real Bitcoin using Lightning, which was really incredible to see. In fact, the next day, we at Lightning Labs gave a talk over at Airbnb. I didn't know it was going to be the day after beta. Again, probably hadn't slept in quite a long time. And my co-founder Lala went, demoed it to Airbnb. We bought real cell phone minutes on Bitcoin with Lightning. And it was kind of this aha moment where I was like, holy shit, we've been working on this for so long, and it works! So that was really amazing to see. Of merchant processing software. So I know Nicolas Doré, quite a few other Rockstar Dev folks have been working on this for a while. They were frustrated with the existing options in the community that were centralized, that were using technology that they were frustrated with, so they created their own. And they have support for Lightning, I believe multiple implementations, Bitcoin and Litecoin at this point. So if you want to run merchant processing, definitely check out BTC Pay. There's Globy, a merchant processor that has enabled Bitcoin transactions. I believe Fluffy Pony, our friend, is involved with this. And then I believe we have CoinGate here, but last but certainly not least, and we were like, we couldn't even believe this on our team. 4,000 merchants just now are accepting Lightning, which has been incredible to see this evolve over the past year. So great work for the folks over at CoinGate that have integrated Lightning. Awesome. So, as we may know, not only is Lightning, a technology for scalability, for high volume transacting, for low fees, It's also an application development platform and layer for Bitcoin. So we have some of our favorites for those that know in the community, y'alls.org. My co-founder Lalo named this. There was a similar site with a similar name that was not using Lightning. And he's from the South, so he basically said, y'alls, this is an article micropayment site where you can use Lightning transactions to pay for articles. You can also buy beers if you've seen the video. Tanker bought a beer, a fake beer, a beer emoji. We have Zap, an application and UI for Bitcoin and Litecoin developed by the great community member Jack Mullers. I'm sure we have some folks in the room that have been using that. By the way, how many people here have sent a Lightning transaction over the past year? Okay, awesome. How many people are going to send a Lightning transaction over the next year? I hope every hand is in the room. Very cool. Okay, so in June of this year, I believe this actually ended May when it first came up, there was a website that came online, and it's funny because when I took the screenshot, I was like, I need to show this, and Baltic Honeybadger, called Satoshi's Place, created by this developer named Lightning Koala. And for those that don't know, there was this website called the $1 Million Homepage in the past, and then Reddit had our place, and the idea was you paid per pixel. And in previous versions, I believe, in some cases, you couldn't overwrite the pixels. In this case, it's one Satoshi per pixel, and anybody can overwrite anything. So here you can see, this is a mostly safe for work version. It was actually quite hard to get. Took a lot of reloading, where I have some double ears on, but it's really not so bad. In fact, my Twitter drawing was on, and then it would get defaced, and then people would then restore it. I'm very thankful for my friends for taking all the time, and I believe some folks on my team, to restore my image. So thank you. But what was so exciting about this was the first application where it really went viral within the community. It was on, there were all these articles about it, it was on the front page of Reddit. People were engaging, and not only that, it showed that Lightning works. People, there were a lot of skeptics. Here was an application where you could actually send one Satoshi for a pixel, and it worked. So this is really incredible to see over the past year, and to me this is a major moment in the community for Lightning because we actually showed the world that even though this is, maybe a silly website, we're keeping Bitcoin weird, I like to say. And warning, if you go there now, it may not be as safe for work as it kind of is here. And there were also pixel wars. So, for example, and I had to go to the scroll back here on YouTube, at one point, and I was actually on Satoshi's Place at this moment somehow, trying to figure out what was going on. Somebody took the entire canvas, they put, this hidden site has been seized warning on it. So the creator, by the way, was getting all the money. So he actually he made like $60 or $70 US on this, right? Somebody takes the whole canvas, and they defaced it, but luckily the community had saved the prior states. So then it was actually reverted to something like that. So there were all these wars going on, pixel wars, if you will. If anything, we thought, okay, let's make some pixel futures, right? Like, who knows what's going to happen in the future of Satoshi's Place? We can have a marketplace for that. So that was really an incredible moment to see within the community. Just this past week, this site came up for Lightning tasks, lndwork.com. That's a Mechanical Turk type site for Lightning. So that's really cool to see. So you can pay small, micropayments for people to do small amounts of work. Check it out, post some tasks as well. And then of course, in the Bitcoin community and generally on the internet, people love firsts, right? So we've had quite a lot of firsts over the past year. But for example, here was the first book supposedly purchased with Lightning, the Bitcoin Standard. I know we're hearing about that here today. And then, so, are you excited, you guys? All right, I'm really excited to meet you. So, again, we literally cannot even keep up with everything that's going on. It's amazing and incredible. But now, here we have this self-order point powered by LND using the Lightning Network, where people can buy things. I mean, it's in Bern, Switzerland. I haven't used it yet, but I really want to. So, great work for those who put it up there. And then somebody purchased, so people use the first sandwich on Lightning. So, there aren't that many firsts left. So if you guys want to, purchase the first glass of champagne or the first, shoe on Lightning, you better do so soon. Because the firsts are running out. So one thing that's been really incredible to see last year is the state of the network. When I was here last November, we were on testnet, but there wasn't really anything on mainnet yet. Here we have, back in February, this is what people were doing on testnet. There was so much engagement. I mean, really saw the network map develop, which was incredible to see. Just people spinning up nodes and running them, etc. Here's the state of testnet back then. So, and I saw this tweet again this week. It's really incredible that we had approximately, on mainnet, 46 channels at the beginning of the year, and now it's over 12,000, which it's been incredible to see this growth. Now, by the way, I will note that explorers are not canonical, and they may have, say, outdated views of the network, and every explorer has a different viewpoint. Some of the channels may no longer be active, so that's why I said this whole ish thing. But in terms of an order of magnitude, we've definitely seen this incredible growth. So this has been amazing to see, and as you'll see in a second, we warned everyone when we released the beta. We said, be grateful. For those of you guys that might have seen John Oliver, basically be careful. This is data software, and that's why we have the limits. We have, for example, the per channel limit of 0.16 BTC, and then 1/4 of that per transaction limit as well in there, because don't put your life savings on the Lightning. So here we have a community member named Rombert's map of the mainnet network as of a few days ago. I believe currently there's about 720,000 USD, about 107 BTC on the network. This is a lot. Don't put a lot of money into Lightning, and we'll see why in a second, but it's really been wild to see this all evolve. So, as mentioned, John Oliver did this amazing segment back in March, where they told people, instead of being in this quote-unquote hodl gang, although of course we love hodling, thanks hodl, definitely be grateful. So don't put more money onto the Lightning Network than you're willing to lose right now, because this is early software, right? So, we told people put like $20 worth or 20 euros worth, don't put a ton on there. So along comes this summer a guy named Andreas Brecken, and by the way, we have a sensationalist headline. He buys the majority of Lightning Network nodes. You can't actually buy Lightning nodes. You just put funds on the network, but journalism and sensationalism. And he comes online and he decides he's going to put a whole lot of Bitcoin onto Lightning. In fact, he put, I believe, about 44 BTC on the network. And he wants to test, and he set up nodes. Of course, we have these channel limits and transaction limits, so he put a whole lot of funds on there and just started opening channels with a whole variety of people. Now, good old Alex Bosworth, and by the way, we recently brought him on board to our team at Lightning Labs. He's been an amazing contributor to the Lightning community. Runs y'all.org and a variety of other sites. Actually had funds on Lightning as well. And he had about 1 BTC, and Andreas had 44. But it turns out, Alex made far more money on his 1 BTC than Andreas did on his 44. He actually, Andreas had about 325,000, Alex had about 7,500, and he made, 40 times more of these fees. And in fact, we'll see here, this guy named Badia, who's been doing great blogging the time value BTC in the community, actually took that tweet and then ran the math here. Here we have Andreas, here we have Alex. Turns out, Alex's annualized return on his BTC was 80 times higher than that of Andreas. So Andreas put 325 in the numbers, by the way, was way too much. Please do not do that. We do not recommend that. In fact, we were kind of like, oh my goodness. If there are bugs, they will definitely be found now, because there's $325,000 on the network. Do not recommend it. Stay in the lower bound and lower range. Alex is being way more reasonable here. But it turns out he's able to get 80 times the return. Well, why was that? It actually turns out Alex was interestingly very manually doing this, but he was manually opening channels to nodes where he thought these nodes would have activity, where he thought there'd be a greater return. And it turns out it was actually quite effective to do so, because he got 80 times more than this guy that put a whole lot of money on the network. I'm happy to report that I believe Andreas got all of his funds back. So hopefully he will not do that again until it, gets a little bit farther along. But this is a really interesting experiment, and it turns out it's not just about putting funds on the network, it's about optimizing if you want to be a routing node and get fees and help out the network. And what Alex was doing manually, once we make automated, will actually be far more efficient as well. So we have this company called Casa. How many people here bought one of these? Okay, wow. So again, earlier this month, Casa released a Lightning node that has pre-installed LND. I believe it is the Bitcoin blockchain pre-sync from at least the time that it ships, so you don't have to sync as much. So there's real demand from people that want to run a Lightning node at home, which is awesome. And in the future, for these always-on nodes or things that can be done with it, say being a routing node and potentially running a watchtower, all sorts of cool things there. So check out the Casa Lightning node. Now, we would be nothing here without this incredible community. We have thousands of people, for example, on the LND Slack alone, almost 3,000 people. There are lots of other folks involved in the mailing list. In the other implementations, building, there's now a community of people building Lightning apps, or laps as we like to call them. There are all sorts of places where people are convening. And this has really been incredible to see. So, specifically in Berlin, is there anyone here from Berlin? Anyone? Nice. So, you guys organized this incredible Lightning Hack Day. So there have been 3 of them so far. And we at Lightning Labs were the second one. You can see all the cool things that were going on here. I don't know if people were, I don't think they were buying pizza with Lightning, but they were certainly eating a lot of it. Bitcoin ATM, Jonas Nick's fun little device over there, I believe. Somebody set up a Lightning vending machine there where you could buy candy with real Bitcoin. I think he was making quite a lot of money. And then, while I was doing my Q&A, somebody decided to take a photo of me when I mentioned Satoshi's Place and all the craziness, and actually put it on Satoshi's Place and talk about meta. This is slightly less safe for work, but still, it's kind of okay. So, getting back up to Satoshi's Place while at the Berlin Lightning Hack Day, and community member Amir Taki tweeted this awesome tweet just about how engaged the community was. We had close to 150 people from all over Europe, and even some people from around the world coming out to participate in this community. And even we were blown away, our team, to see the questions people were asking, how advanced everyone was, and just to see the amount of user engagement and community engagement. So thank you to the Lightning Hack Day organizers. We're seeing these pop up elsewhere around the world, which is incredible. There's one coming up, I believe, in New York in October. There's some stuff going on in Madrid. And this really is a community endeavor. So, that's been an incredible year so far, but there's a lot more to come. First off, as mentioned, we're working on watchtowers. Next slide, please. So, Connor found that from our team, working as quickly as we can to have an initial implementation of watchtowers up. Please, help test this, get involved, run watchtowers. There'll be a lot of interesting things moving forward in terms of people being able to take fees from watchtowers, hopefully people running these Casa nodes. We want always-on connections from people to help secure the network. Neutrino, so the LND 0.5 had Neutrino still for testnet because we're just testing. We want secure software. We believe in Bitcoin that we should have secure financial software. So Neutrino mainnet is coming soon, and this will enable LND mobile apps, which I think will be really exciting. And then also on your desktop, you won't have to sync the entire blockchain when you're running a desktop app. AMP, atomic multi-path payments. So the idea is instead of sending one payment throughout the network, you could chop up, say, a $10 payment into five $2 payments. They actually go atomically on the network and then arrive at their destination. It either fully completes or it goes back to sender as well. And this will be really important for liquidity on the network and to ensure that transactions can flow through and you don't have to have these quote-unquote central nodes where you can actually route through a variety of nodes. So this is really exciting technology coming soon. Splicing. For those that have not heard of it, you can use one transaction to keep a channel open and top up the channel to add funds into the channel. You can also send an outgoing transaction from a channel. We call that splice out. This was splice in, and then you can splice and close as well, where you can close a channel and in the same transaction send an outgoing BTC transaction. So these are really cool technologies to enable liquidity on the network. Routing infrastructures we saw with Alex Bosworth. He was just manually enabling these connections. But when we have the full infrastructure up and running, our goal is to make transactions seamless. We want them to route to find paths through the network, and we can automate the type of thing that Alex was just doing manually. And by the way, Jameson Lobb, I believe you're here somewhere. Awesome tweets, generally. But Jameson also reminded us, and I just want to tell you guys as well, that as the Lightning Network grows, the goal is to make this technology private, and we'll have an increasing number of unadvertised channels, so the explorers that you see online, which are really fun to see, are actually not accurate, and they'll be increasingly less accurate. Because, for example, on, I believe, Zap and the Lightning Desktop app and our coming mobile app, those channels will not be advertised because the phone is not a good way to route because it'll probably be offline for a good amount of time. So don't just look at the node counts because we're increasing the amount of privacy and they will not necessarily be accurate, but I'm very confident that the network will be growing. So one day, a few months back, a certain community online, that won't remain nameless, but may have 3 letters in its name and resemble Bitcoin, decided that, Lightning Network had a CEO, and apparently I was the CEO of the Lightning Network, didn't you know? No, I'm not. I'm the CEO of a company called Lightning Labs. We built one of the implementations. There are multiple others, and we all work together as an open source community. And with apologies to the great Crypto Graffiti who made this awesome shirt, we are all CEO of the Lightning Network, except for Cartwright. So to close, it has really been an incredible year so far, and there's so much exciting stuff to come. And someone posted this tweet in January, and it really struck me, because we're at the beginning of something huge, and we've seen it emerge. And here's 1969, the early days of the internet.
Cool.
There were only a few nodes here. And what happened since then? So much. Our society has changed, economy, culture has changed, and I really believe we're the same for Bitcoin and Lightning. So this is the very beginning. I cannot wait until what happens next. Thank you so much.